The crew's in the house. The mafia is in the house. What's happening, everybody? Just getting on. Who do we got on here? AB. What's up? Michael in the house. What is good? Junior, Luden, the crew, the original OGs are here. Hirsch, Anthony, Ralph, Squingielli. What's up? 161 Mafia's in the house. What's going on, folks? What is happening, man? Please keep him, Anthony. Stats or stat. What do we got here? 76 here in Miami, Florida. What? Ralph, welcome. Just came from playing guitar on the lawn. Who's got it better than you, man? Who's got it better than you, Ralph? That's a good night right there, man. That's what I'm talking about. Get that coffee ready. Get the fuel ready. What's going on? Stove has been temporarily frozen. Yeah, the stove has been frozen, unfortunately, but there's still stuff going on, right? And I'm going to keep you fed in on all the stuff. You know, like tonight, that player D. Gordon. And this is what I've been talking about. Like D. Gordon, who's been around a while. He's been, you know, an infielder, played with the Marlins, played a bunch. He signed a minor league contract with a team tonight. So, Hillel, what's happening, buddy? Allen's in the house. Jared's in the house. Everybody's here, man. I love it. But like players who might not be getting big contracts or signing minor league deals with teams just to get signed, just to get covered, and which is something that I think the Yankees would be wise off doing. Even if it's, you know, some role players and whatnot. And D. Gordon could have been a versatile player here for the Yankees too on a minor league deal. The fact is they're just getting them here and not having to worry about this stuff later. So it's something the Yankees could have done. So, and I hope that they will take advantage of it. Billy's in the house. What's happening, my man? Jason Long's in the house. Lee for real. The crew is here. The crew is in the house. See what I'm saying? This is how you do it. On a Saturday night, we're going to be lit here, man. We're going to have it lit. John in the house. The crew is here. But like, my major league players signing minor league deals right now. Udall, what's happening? Lorenzo's in the house. Players can sign minor league deals because they're not 40-man roster deals, okay? And then they'll put them on a 40-man once the season starts or once the lockout's over. But the fact is they got him signed, okay? You can't sign major league deals because they're automatically 40-man roster deals. So, Lorenzo, minor league deals are allowed because you won't be on the 40-man. And then, again, once the lockout's over, they'll just put him on 40-man. So, 161 Rivalry Crew, that's right. 161 Mafia's in the house, man. So you could do double D what's happening. So, I know Halam. We're gonna I'm gonna check the link, so don't worry about it. But slept through Wednesday's chat just like Cash was. I hear you, Drew. I hear you, man. But these little tiny moves can be done. So, you know, 158 Grand Conk. Oh, you're right. You're right there. You're right in the neck of the woods. Radical Active Music. I love it. 158 Grand Concourse. See, right on the 4 train line. Just see you hopping over the 4 train line. Giving you a shout, man. Sean's in the house. Tyler's in the house. The crew is here, man. But yeah, so Lorenzo, you can sign minor league deals right now because they won't be 40-man roster deals. And again, they could just be transferred over to and D. Gordon's is a major league player. So he'll be transferred over to the 40-man roster once the lockout's over. So, but this is a smart move by certain teams. You got guys going to Japan, and then you got guys signing players to minor league deals just to get them in the stable. And that's not a bad idea at all. Do I think there's any reality of being able to snatch Eddie Rosario, JT? I think it's possible. I think it would be wise. I've mentioned him a while. Him and Seiya Suzuki. Either one would be a wise move for the Yankees. And they wouldn't break the bank either. Dion's in the house. What's happening, man? Big D. Shout out to Big D, man. First comment, bye, Frazier, never a mature. Yeah, it's, you know, it's silly, man. It's just a clown show, man. While I was admired Frazier's talents and whatnot, but you know, he was just a cocky kid, and he just needs to grow up. And it's not a scandal, but at the end of the day, like taking shots at the Yankees when he wasn't able to, you know, lock down a starting position for 5 years. You don't take shots on the way out. It's not. I don't see how it's helpful to him. That's all. You know, the Yankees moved on. Now I know they moved on. They released them. They moved on. So, but it is what it is, man. It's not a scandal. It is not a scandal. Yeah, the Mets are looking to make more moves. It sounds as if Buck Showalter is probably going to be the manager. And again, they can sign coaches and managers right now. So, how likely D. Gordon signed today, but not with the Yankees. He signed. I'll tell you right now. I don't. Where is it? I got the hot stove confirmation here. D. Gordon with the Washington Nationals. Minor league deal with the Nationals. D. Gordon. So, you know, a good move for them. Good depth piece. And again, they'll move him up once the lockout's over. Yeah, Frazier had a lot of trouble hitting off-speed pitches. He's a good fastball hitter when you catch up to it. He had a lot of issues in the outfield, but he also made a couple of good plays in the outfield. So I'll give him that. But we'll see how he does with the Cubs this year. We'll see how he does. But again, it's it's all good, man. It's all over, dude. Kenley Jansen is a possibility for the Yankees. Personally, I would go for Andrew Chafin or somebody like that first, but Jansen can have some value here too. He could. And this lockout is kind of ridiculous, but again, it's just these people are fighting over more money. So, and the fans are the ones getting screwed here. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So Frazier's the bully who. I saw that movie the other day. It was fantastic, man. Ralphie beats him up. Oh, it's phenomenal. Exactly, Jason. It's just, that's what you do. I'm happy he got engaged and whatnot, and I wish him well. But there's no need to take shots on the way out. Even the facial hair policy. Some people like it, some people don't. It is what it is, though. So there's stuff coming here. So Ron, what's happening, man? Asia's in the house. Now this is a chess move by the Yanks, letting Hicks play in the other winter league to show his health for trades. Like that's what I've been like kind of feeling in the background, JT. That establishing health it makes his trade value a little bit higher. So, and again, he wasn't that great in winter league, but he was healthy. So, and if he continues that, even through spring training, there's a chance they might be able to move him. But I would not. Ignore center field one way or another. I would still be bringing in. I would go after Seiya Suzuki before the Red Sox. The Red Sox they traded Hunter Renfroe, to the Brewers, so they have an outfield spot open. Seiya Suzuki could fit right in there, and he would just feast off that freaking green monster. So I don't want him to go to Boston, that's for sure. And the Mets definitely looking for bullpen help, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. But yeah, the Mets will make another move or two because they're not done yet. So, no, it is fantastic to see people support. I really appreciate everybody who supports this radical active. It's important to see. It's just great. I appreciate everybody who comes on here to live streams and watches the videos and whatnot. We're kind of blown past 6,000 now. And we're on the road to 10,000. So I don't know if you've heard, but 10,000 looks like that's the threshold where I'm going to be launching merch. So the quicker we get there, I just need to make sure the channel is generating enough revenue to make merch financially sustainable. That's all. So, and at that point, looks like it's a much more likely scenario after doing some homework, some math, and I've already done research on merch. So, and I'm taking feedback, I'm taking suggestions too. So. But at that point, I think that's when the merch is going to drop. So trying to get there in the next couple months. And the quicker the better. So, and it's crazy because 70% of the people who watch this channel are not subscribed. So I'm hoping that people subscribe. Even if they don't plan on watching all the videos, subscribing will still help the channel's growth. So either way, it's really great to see people. And the people that are regulars, man, you're the mob. 161 mob is in the house. So Udall had a cousin my wife signed who was an A-ball. He was busy at talented. They would have kept him in case. Paul was busy at talented. Yeah, cousin of my wife said it was an A-ball. Paul was busy at talented. Well, that's pretty cool. Anytime you have a relative who plays, professional baseball at any degree, that's pretty cool, man. Taking shots for her. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, Sean, this is what I mean. Like, you do stuff like that, and I get people, he's got a mouth on him, but so do a lot of other players. So it's just people do that, and then people are allowed to have their opinions and whatnot. But like, just taking a shot at a team doesn't help you if you become a free agent later and you want them to bid on you. It's just doesn't help. Do I like any other sports besides? Yeah. Football, track and field. I used to be a competitive runner, so I like track and field. Football, I played football as well. College basketball, college football. Those are generally my most favorite ones. And then for the odd reason, I like curling. which is that thing where they just slide this thing really slow down the ice and people scream at each other at the top of their lungs while they're like trying to violently clean the ice in front of this thing. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, but it's so entertaining that I can't get enough of it. I don't know why the hell I do, but I do. What about you, Asia? Yankees just can't. Yeah, they have a hard time developing. It's whether it's outfielders starting pitching, catching. It's just I don't understand the logic. I really don't. I really don't. But they need to get better at that. That's for dang sure. When I look at Nick Castellanos' I mean, I would. I mean, I wouldn't pay him over Seiya Suzuki because Castellanos is going to cost 100+ million. So, and he's not that much better than Suzuki. So, I would go with Suzuki at that point because we still have the thumpers on the right and left field side. So, Suzuki, I think, would be the better value and probably the better fit. And he's got a cannon for an arm, and he's got a really, really good plate discipline, which is something that the Yankees need more of. And again, yeah, Billy, I mean, he wasn't able to be a consistent contributor here. It's unfortunate. It was a lot of injuries and stuff like that. So I hope he stays healthy and plays well for the Cubs. But, it is what it is, and gave him $1.5 million. Do they have some inside info? That he's healthy. I mean, I would guess, he took his physical and he passed. So that's one thing. So Teresa's in the house. How are you? Ron, I mean, Trevor Story's my pick to the Yankees. I mean, they would be well off. And look, Trevor Story, the cool thing about Story is they can get him probably in a 1-year deal. We're hearing a lot of this stuff now. And what's great about that is it gives Volpe another year to develop. And you can even use Oswald Peraza as a kind of as a multi-positional infield guy. He plays second and short and kind of be the new Tyler Wade. But what's cool about it is, at least for him, is if he plays extremely well, right? He goes back out of the market, reestablishes his value, and then he'll be the top guy next year for shortstops. He will get bank if he plays well. Plus, the Yankees can give him a qualifying offer, and if he walks, which he likely will, then he'll get a high draft pick for him. So he'll be here as long as he's here on a full season, you can give him a QO. So this could be a win-win for the Yankees. It really could. So I have no issues with that at all. Let's see what else gets. Only more subscribe to when it comes to all that. I appreciate that, Billy, man. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that, bro. Very, very do. Very much. Yeah. 161 Mafias. Yeah, that's right, baby. Acquisition so far, did the Mets better than on paper, they have more high-end talent, I would say. Are you kidding me? But I wouldn't say. I think they still have holes, the Mets. So, and they still have holes. So there's no guarantee. If Jacob deGrom is healthy and his usual Jacob deGrom, then their rotation is definitely better than the Yankees. That's for sure. But there's no guarantee he's going to be healthy. And, and I'm not exactly sure what the other guy's going to do. But adding Starling Marte, adding Scherzer, I mean, they've had the best offseason of anybody. I put them right up there with the Yankees, though. But again, put them in the American League East, and we'll see how they do. And I always try to do that. Put the Yankees in the National League East and see how well they would do and stuff. So I think they're pretty equal right now in terms of New York teams as well. And I don't the Yankees have to make a few moves to get up there. So pretty sure Medina can get up to 102. Medina's got a cannon for an arm. He's got a cannon for an arm. He's had some location issues, but they're working on that too. Andujar, I don't know. I think if he establishes value, he's got value in a trade. But I don't know. I mean, if he stays, maybe he'll be the backup outfielder or whatnot. I'm just not sure. Glaber in the outfield, I don't think he's fast enough or athletic enough. And now who's he going to replace in the outfield? I would put some speed out there, Drew. But I could be wrong. I think I'm going to check out Curtin Luden. I'm telling you, curling is, I don't know what the hell is so fun about it, but check it out. It's ridiculous. Hola. Saw you earlier to Ola. It's good to see you a second time today. Ola was on my running live stream earlier, and I have a running channel for those who don't know. Curling is on 24/7 in my house. And I'm telling you, Mateo, right? And curling is like, I don't know what the hell it is, but it's so much fun to watch. I just like the fact that they're like, da, 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 and doing it in different languages, doing it in Polish and Russian, like freaking German, and they're just, da, 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 and you don't know what in the world they're saying, but it's so much fun to watch. While this thing's going this slow across this freaking screen. It's completely insane. But it's like addictive. So what events I do for track and field? I did everything from 800 to the mile, 3K, 5K. I was also a leg on the 4x4, up to the 5K or up to was generally my event. So I was mostly a middle distance runner, Brian. That's good to hear that you ran too, man. Ran track. That's awesome, Brian. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. Billy. Hang on. Now, there's some other good team. There's some other good channels on here too, Jared. There are some other good channels on here. I appreciate the support either way. So I'm here to support other Yankee channels too. Ola's in the house, man. I think the NL adopts the DH is going to be yeah. Well, that JT, if they adopt the DH, then it opens up more, openings for people like Gary Sanchez, and then there might be a market for Giancarlo Stanton. Somebody might go after him. I mean, you can open up the market for a lot of people. Can open up the market for Aaron Judge, guys like because at some point he's going to have to transition over to DH too. So being older, so it could be complete chaos when they adopted DH. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Yankees get a bunch of calls. Trading block, yeah. I mean, Sanchez, I think would be a why. I mean, he could probably be traded to the Marlins. He could be traded to a bunch of teams. He can hit bombs in Colorado. I think the Marlins probably, with his Yankee connection, and Jeter being over there, I could see them bringing him in. I really could. So it's definitely a possibility. Definitely a possibility. So Medina, I would agree. Hershey, break him in as a reliever, and then you transition him up to a starter. That's what I think they need to do with Severino right now. Long relief, and then let him build himself back up until he can establish staying healthy, and then you can put him back in the rotation. So that's just why I see it. But yeah, I mean, it's gotten a little comical now. Pinstripes about Frazier. He's gone, and wish him well. But I thought it was entertaining. That's why I put out the video earlier. It's just it's crazy how so many people are like, CC Sabathia is fired up. Jeff Nelson is fired up. Like, people are pissed. It's like, shit. Guys, it's, it is what it is. But the fact is, if you're gonna have a big mouth, just back it up, and not once in a blue moon, regularly. If you have a big mouth regularly, you got to back it up regularly. That's it. So that's it. Peraza, what do we got? I'm curious to see what the Yankees do with Peraza. The Yankees could re-sign Rizzo too. They could definitely re-sign Rizzo. Somebody just said. I think just shot down a little bit. Brewers and Josh Donaldson. That would be interesting. Yeah, Canada will require all athletes coming in to be vaccinated starting January 15th. Well, as far as we know, Jordan, Rizzo's not vaccinated if he comes back. Judge is not vaccinated. So, yeah, it will be. And keep in mind, if the Yankees, missed the playoffs by a couple of games, and it's because of this, or it may not be, we don't know that, but people will say it's because of this. So I would expect it now. I would expect to hear stuff like that now. So I appreciate that, Hillel. Thanks, buddy. Sending my live stream to your class chat. That's awesome, man. I appreciate you. Canada, yeah, I mean, good for Canada. I mean, it's just protecting people, so can't blame them. As a starting rotation right now, I think it's going to be Cole, Montgomery, Tyon when he comes back healthy, Domingo Germán probably, and probably Nestor Cortez or Luis Hill getting a chance to compete with Nestor Cortez. They need two guys. I keep saying it. They need two starters for depth purposes because they always have guys go down in the rotation every year. I've never seen anything like it. Yankees have so much more starting pitching injuries than all the other teams. It's freaking insane. It really is. No, I mean, Billy, the Mets made some good moves. But there's no guarantee it's going to translate into winning the World Series. They still have holes to do. And you're right. They had to do big things. You're right. Absolutely right. Because they did big things last year, and not all of them panned out and didn't really get them to the World Series like people thought they would. So hopefully these moves propels them forward. But they still have to go through a lot of other teams, man. The Phillies are going to get better. The Braves are the world champs. Like, the Nationals are going to start building around Soto. Like, the Marlins are going to quietly get better. And then you have to deal with the teams in the West and the Central. Like, it's the Brewers, the Dodgers. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee here at all. Right? So it's nuts. Yeah, if If the Mets are below 500 in July, that would be kind of nuts. It really would. Did I hear the rumor that Toronto? I did not hear that, Todd. Maybe they can move Vlad to DH at that point if they bring in a Freeman. See, he is a big dude, Vlad. So, but he's relatively mobile. That's the only thing I can think of, Todd. I mean, I don't think they'll get him, but I could see Toronto getting somebody like Chris Bryant because of his versatility. I could also see the Yankees going after Chris Bryant at the very least, but I can see somebody else paying him more. He's going to get paid. Josh Donaldson to the Brewers would be an intriguing move. And yeah, rental. I mean, Trevor Story is like the perfect rental shortstop in my opinion. He sounds to me like he's willing to take the 1 year from somebody so he can go on the market. And again, he'll be the number 1 shortstop free agent next year instead of number 5 this year. That can be a huge difference in terms of salary contract. So the Rangers have had a good offseason as well, Tyler, and I don't think they're done. They need to bring. I think they, they'll very likely. I think they're favorites to bring in Clayton Kershaw and another reliever. But in terms of Simeon and Seager, that's a ridiculous duo that they brought in. No doubt about it. Who do I think is playing? At the end of the day, Sean, I think it's going to be Matt Olson. I think they're going to wind up swinging a trade for him. I just don't know when. I think this one's going to be, the A's are going to want to wait this out to see if anybody's going to overpay and bite and overpay. And why would they not? So, but if I'm going to overpay for anybody, it's going to be Olsen and a starting pitcher. So I would try to do a multiple player trade. I think the lockout's going to go through at least January, Mike. I hope not. I mean, I just think it's worse for baseball the longer it is. But, these guys are both dug in, and at some point they're going to have to be willing to compromise. So women's curling is just completely insane. But I can't stop watching it. It's like a drug. It's ridiculous, man. Just the screaming thing just takes it up to a whole nother level. I've never seen anybody screaming at each other so much for something that moves like a tenth of a mile an hour. It's ridiculous. It's really entertaining, really fun. Guys, if you don't mind getting the likes up, I would really appreciate it. I'm going to try and get them likes over 100. I appreciate you. Like try to get the likes over 100 every live stream. So if you don't mind, thank you guys and gals. Dodgers championship season win. Yeah, and then people, there's a lot of people of the opinion and that the Dodgers, on a shortened season of 60 games were like kind of like fake champs, but they won it then. I mean, but I still think, winning it on 162 games obviously is different. So, and I want to see them do that. Brian, come take a look at the running channel too. It's called Top of the Line Running. Thank you again, Ola. Todd, did I bring? Yeah, I ran 404, Todd. 404. At my peak fitness. What I think on your hair. If Correa comes, Lorenzo, I think he'd probably be really good here. The villain, he'd be a combination of things. He's just a dick, but like he'd probably be good. I think you're probably right about the A-Rod too. I think he'd be really good. I wouldn't be surprised if he won an MVP. And he would help them one way or another. He'd be hated universally by a lot of people, but A-Rod was that way too, and he won MVP. He got a ring, so he won 2 MVPs, I think, with the Yankees. So it's fine. COVID in 2020, my March lasted 3 weeks. When I got my vaccine, I had a reaction from all 3 shots. My wife and I got Moderna. I just got boosted, so I got beat up a little bit on the first one, but I was fine after the other 2. But it's a hell of a lot better than getting COVID, so that's just my opinion. And also that's what the science says too. $500 million for a ground ball that gets up the middle. Yeah, I hear you, Ludin. I hear that, brother. Tanaka. I'm not surprised he opted back into Japan because of this lockout situation. You don't really know what's going to happen. So he was smart to do that, but maybe the following year he'll come back. Kikuchi throws hard. Yeah, I heard some good things about Kikuchi. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Kikuchi. Somebody shot. Bob Trampley, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you for the super chat, Donald Hype and love for you, Bob. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. 5.00. What am I missing? Hello, that would be a heck of a birthday present, January 5th. It'd be a nice Christmas present too, and a Hanukkah present, just a holiday present all together. I want this freaking thing in too. Again, Bob, thank you. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, ego. I mean, A-Rod had a gigantic ego, but he backed it up with his play. So, right, Ron? That's right, baby. Sanchez would be a good fit for the Brewers. Oh wait, 0989. Well, I can see that. I can see that. The only thing about Tanaka too is my worry is that he's a shell of his former self. Like when he was with the Yankees last time, he couldn't get either into the fifth inning or fast past the fifth inning. So we need some innings eaters here. We definitely do. So, Trevor Bauer back. Well, Bauer opted back into his Dodgers contract. So unless they release him, he's going to be back with the Dodgers for I don't know how much, close to 40 million, some ridiculous number. But he did opt back in, and I'm not surprised. It's about the money for him. So, but they might trade him. They might release him. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Free Catholic. Yeah, I appreciate you, Todd, man. Thank you. It's a lot of years of hard work, man. A lot of years of hard work, Todd. So a lot of discipline, a lot of consistency. It's the only way to do it, especially in the martial arts, man. It's hard to do. I mean, I've actually, you want to see something? Check this out. I'll show it to all you guys. This is when I took my testing for my 3rd degree black belt, and had to break a big block of something with a ridge hand, which is a ridge hand. You tuck your thumb in and you hit with that side of your hand, so you come across like this. Well, I had to hit it 12 times because of the way it was positioned, and I eventually got it. But look at my hand. I broke my hand. That's for my 3rd degree black belt test. That was in 2017. So just to show you. But it's worth it, man. It is worth it. Posada be. I think of the guys that are there, Sean. I think Posada would have been him, and probably even Wade Boggs or Scott Brosius. I think would be good managers. Tino was too intense. Tampa Bay brought him in as a hitting coach, and he was like Hitler for a year. They hated him, and they fired him after a year. So Paul O'Neill, I could see he's got a little bit more cool, level-headed temper, but he was a monster, and as a player too. So I mean, very intense. So I don't know how it would translate into coaching, but Posada I think would be good. And I mean, I don't see A-Rod as a true Yankee either, Jonathan. So he performed here. He got his ring. He helped the Yankees win. So I don't think he'll go to the Hall of Fame either. But it is what it is. And the bad thing is I don't hear any reports that they're trying to come. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a while, John. I mean, they really will. They're just dug in. It's unfortunate. It really is. But that's tone deaf on both sides, guys. Just millionaires and billionaires trying to get more. And again, the fans get stiffed at the end of the day because we're the ones that are going to have to pay boatloads of money for games, tickets. You get locked out on certain networks. There's blackout restrictions, so you have to get a different channel. You have to order a channel from from a cable provider or streaming service. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. It's just they always find a way to get money out of you, which is ridiculous. So as if it isn't enough already, unfortunately. So vaccines were mandatory. I mean, just to get into school, you had to. You can still get sick, but I don't know anybody who's gotten polio or anything like that. I don't know. There's no data to suggest that people are dying from the COVID vaccine either. So there's zero data confirming that. So all that stuff that's put out on propaganda networks is unvetted. So, but people can get sick, yes. Can get sick, but you're a hell of a lot more protected. So I'd rather be protected. I have 2 little young daughters who are not old enough to be vaccinated. So there's not a chance in the world I wasn't going to get it. I have to protect my girls. So then again, I'll take a sore arm over being in the hospital any day. Exactly. I mean, how's just going to figure out a way to get more money and more money, more money? The revenue, they're swimming in revenue there, swimming in it. And again, I did a video on this, and their payroll has been becoming a smaller percentage of their overall revenue since 2002 or 2003. And They also haven't had the highest payroll in 8 years either. So, and they're by far the most wealthy team. They're valued at $5.3 billion on Forbes. That doesn't include the Yes Network, which is also almost $5 billion. So you combine them because they're both owned by the Yankees. So that's almost $10 billion. Okay, that's $6 billion more than the next team, which is the Dodgers, at 4 point something billion. So, Drew, water, baby, water. Drinking water. Gotta stay hydrated, man. Gotta stay hydrated, man. No. What are you drinking? Bauer can't pitch. I give him that, Anthony. Yeah, he's nuts. He's an idiot, but he can pitch. He's got talent. So, and that was my hand, Asia. When I did my somebody was commenting on my martial arts background, and when I took my 3rd-degree black belt test, I broke my hand. So I showed a photo of my hand a couple minutes ago, and it was all mangled up. But it was worth it. It was worth it. Whiskey, nice, Nelly. Salute. Cheers to you. Cheers to you. Posada. Gary Sanchez. Posada's got a bunch of rings, though. I'll give him that, Michael. And he was definitely a better clutch hitter, and he was a leader on that team. And that team had leaders galore, man. That was a special team all those years. So, but Posada hustled all the time. So I'll take that no matter what. And no drink here. Yeah, man. I mean, I got water too. So anyone thinking that the Astros are the only team that cheated? No, I mean they're the ones that were held accountable for. Well, no, the coaches and the manager were held accountable. None of the players were. The players are union protected, so they all got off. Those little bastards. They did. So, and then you got Springer, who got a boatload of money. Correa's going to get a boatload of money. Altuve got a boatload of money. Bregman's going to get a bunch of boatload of money too. And, they get off scot-free. Scot-free. Sugar-free vitamin water, beautiful. Woodford Reserves. Nice, Nelly. Nice. The good stuff. The good stuff. Yeah, damn right, Armani. It's just they get too much of it. At the end of the day, it's like, we're not seeing any of that money. We're not getting huge increases in our paycheck to afford all this more shit that they're charging us. Like, I don't like paying $18 for a bucket of French fries. Like, go to McDonald's and get 20 orders of it. It's ridiculous. I do think DJ will bounce back, Sean. Yes, mainly because he'll be healed from his surgery and that stuff. So, and I agree, Nelly. Let's keep the COVID stuff out of here because it's just, it's too It's too toxic for people. So, and to each their own. People can decide whatever they want. So, but I do think DJ is going to bounce back. I'm also down to keep Gio. Gio's an elite defender at third base, man. So unless you can upgrade, but who's the upgrade? That's not going to cost boatloads of money. Gio's under team control for a couple of years. So, Varitek. Oh, Varitek. Yeah, that was a nice. He gave A-Rod that slug that Odor gave Jose Bautista that slug in the face. Have you guys seen the photo of the fight Rougned Odor had with Jose Bautista from the Blue Jays? He was like, his face, he leveled his face. So that guy's a tough dude. That's a tough dude. So I'm going to miss Odor. Wasn't the flashiest hitter, but I'm going to miss him. Video rumor that Correa will sign with the Yankees if they hire Beltran. So there's more talks that the Yankees might be bringing in Beltran but they're not saying, they're saying a potential front office position and not a coaching position. And I don't know what that means. It could be an advisor to Brian Cashman. Who knows what that is? But now we're hearing some speculation on that. I'm definitely going to keep you filled in on that one too. So, but I mean, maybe, Beltran was also involved in that. He was considered one of the masterminds of that Houston cheating scandal. So I'm really curious to see how people are going to take that one. But again, he was a good ball player. So at the end of the day, if they bring him in, I hope he does it well. And I hope he helps. So the Rays have $800 million and they're better than the Yankees who have $10 billion. Yeah. I mean, yeah. The Rays are just developing players better. They're being smarter. They're years ahead of the Yankees in terms of just moves and development and stuff like that. If I were the Yankees, I would be laser focused on the Rays and how they do things, because they are ahead of so many teams. Amen, Noodle. Click that like. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you. So I want to get them likes over 100. So if you haven't done that, please do so. Yeah, exactly, Billy. I mean, let me ask you guys this: what do you think is the first move that the Yankees do right after the lockout? What do you think their first move? What do you think it should be, and what do you think it will be? Okay, personally, if they can lock down Story on a short deal, I do that, and I bring in Suzuki. Those are my first two. While I'm still working on trying to bring a starting pitcher, they have to bring in a starting pitcher, at least one. But Story and Suzuki, I think, could be would be good fits here. I do think so. So, who did that? Tyler in the house, right? Thank you so much for the super chat, Dono, man. I appreciate you, brother. Contreras and Hendricks for Herman, Josh Bro, Brandon Lockridge. Contreras and Hendricks. Does Hendricks have one more year of control, or does he have two left? Herman, Josh Bro, Brandon Lockridge. I would seriously consider that one, Tyler. That's a nice one. That's an intriguing trade proposal. What do you guys think of that? Yeah, Odor, dude, Odor, Mike Tyson, Jose Batista. I mean, good heavens. Domingo Herman, I would have him in long relief and then be. They need a couple long relief guys, and right now, I mean, Herman, Cortez, and Severino will be my three long relief guys. And if somebody punches his way into the rotation, then he punches his way into the rotation. That's what I would do. We need, especially since we don't have a lot of innings eaters in the rotation, we need those guys to bridge from the starters to the one inning guys. So having more long relief guys, I think, will be a good thing for the Yankees, based on what their team looks like right now. So, but they need a co-ace to Cole. No doubt about it. So, free. Went to a game in Yankee Stadium from Nathan Total Food. Hicks hot dogs, 3 fries, 3 drinks, 50 plus. I mean, yeah. I mean, shit. It's crazy, man. I went to it was World Series Game 6, but I took my wife and my mom. We sat in the bleachers. I paid almost $600 a seat. Okay, almost $600 a seat in the bleachers. And then my wife and I went to the Home Run Derby in 2008 before the stadium was torn down with Josh John. God, that was his name. Damn it, Josh Hamilton from the Texas Rangers was hitting on bombs. Like 28 home runs. We had the seats. They wound up being handicap seats. You couldn't see, so we had to pay to upgrade to go up to the upper deck just so we could see the ball. It was almost $1,000 a seat, and that was just for the Derby. We didn't even get to go to the game. Okay, that was insane. It was awesome, but it's outrageous, the money. Outrageous. So that's why I put out the video the other day about doing something for the fans. Like, and again, it would still bring them more money, but why not? The fans want to feel like you're looking out for them too, and you care about them to a certain degree. So, would the Yankees consider a trade for Trey? I don't think so, Simon Garnell. I don't, only because he's got a beef with Garrett Cole and too much drama behind him. I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think they would. And unless the Dodgers eat 90% of the salary, but I don't think so. Even though he's legit on the mound. Thinking of Jordan's in the house. What's happening, man? What is happening, man? What else we got here? Story. I mean, yeah, Story. I would be open for. Olsen's my top pick for a trade. Anthony, thank you so much for that too. Yeah, get them likes up, man. Let's get those likes up and try to get over 100 again, man. And I appreciate that, man. Thank you again for the super chats and donos, Tyler. All you guys, I appreciate you. Thank you. Is it true Yankees? I don't, Drew. I don't think the Yankees are going to offer anybody in this class over 5. Well, no, I'm wrong. If they get Correa, there's no way they're going to get him for under 5 years. If they extend Judge, there's no way they're going to extend him for under 5 years. Those are the two guys I think would be the only guys to get more than 5 years, or at least 5 years this offseason. So, and they have $100 million coming off the payroll over the next 5 years. So they have money that they could extend out in contracts. So, and then by then you'll have guys like Volpe and some of these other young stud prospects coming up. So they'll have a balance between everybody. And so they should spend. And again, I say this too, I know they want to make money, but nothing makes more money for the Yankees than winning the damn World Series. There's so much money that goes into winning the World Series for the Yankees. It's just invest in the guys, reinvest in the team. You'll win the World Series. I mean, like, it doesn't get better than that, especially in New York. It's not like winning the World Series in another place, in Cincinnati or whatever. No offense to the other places, but there's nothing like winning the World Series in New York. Nothing. So, Jeff Nelson and Graham Lloyd going after. I remember I was at that game when he hit. So Bernie Williams hit that home run, and the next time he Benitez plugged Tino right in the back, and it was the second time he did that season. And I remember that because attacking Benitez, and then Darryl Strawberry came out on the side and just towed out, laid him out, and that was an epic fight. That was one of the best fights bench clearing balls I've ever seen live. That was awesome. Grab some slices, yeah, man, exactly. Grab a couple slices of pizza. You spend $10, 2 slices, a drink, and something else, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And this is what I'm talking about, Mateo. Like, it's just ways of just. And I mentioned this the other day, and Ralph, like 50 cents for bleachers in 1968. I mean, my God, right? My God. So you do something like, and the Phillies do this. They do $1 hot dog night or $1 ticket or $10 ticket. And you can get a package of 10 games for 10 each. You get $100. You spend $100 and you get 10 games. You get to go to 1 ticket per game. Like, there's so many empty seats at the Yankee Stadium every time I go, whether you watch it on TV behind home plate or all out in the field, thousands of empty seats. Why not put out a blast 24 hours beforehand? If we have a bunch of seats, we're willing to, $5, $10 field level. You'd fill the freaking stadium. And again, people would spend the money elsewhere. They buy merch, they buy food. Like, it would still bring more revenue to the Yankee Stadium. But how about showing the fans that you actually care about them on occasion? Look out for them. Make it affordable for people, because you have a lot of good people who can't come to the games that really want to. Even people that live in the Bronx, like right near. I mean, who wants to pay $200 to go? It's crazy. And not everybody can do that, especially if you have 2, 3 kids who really love the Yankees. And like, this is a way of really, really, really getting in good with fans, man. I just wish they would do it. Tatis was on the Pirates at 15 hours and 4. Yeah. And then he went over, he came to Toronto and he turned into a Hulk. Exactly, Udo. Exactly. Turned into a freaking Hulk. Hit some monster home runs, but that Odor, baby, just Odor laid him out, baby. Mike Tyson style, man. I can see them signing Carlos Rodon, Angelo. No, yes, I can. I really can. Absolutely. And exactly. I mean, he did have you're right, too, because he turned from an average player to a Hulk when he went to Toronto. So something was a little suspect with Batista. And then look, and then when he left Toronto, it just kind of disappeared when he went to the Mets, right? It's just crazy. Justin Morneau, it's another one, man. If we don't get Olsen, do I think we overpay for? Probably, Danny. I would probably, and it'd probably be the right move. Overpaying for Rizzo is not the same as overpaying for Freeman. He's not going to cost as much, and Rizzo will be totally fine here. So big pop head, exactly. Story Mike. He might get more than 5 years, Tyler. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. But I wouldn't be surprised if he took a 1-year deal, played extremely well, and then went back onto the market next offseason where he was the top guy and he gets a huge deal, bigger than he would normally get this year. So we just don't know what's going to happen with the lockout yet, whether the threshold is going to be raised or other teams are going to have more money to spend. We don't know. And if it gets raised, then I could see him, being locked up for an extended deal, 5, 6, 7 years. I could see it happening. And he's going to get paid one way or another, though. So, and I mean, pinstripes, I hate agreeing with you, but you're right. Money, it's just, again, they want more money, more money, more money. It's just, and again, I just don't like going to Yankee games. I'm sitting around corporate boxes, and it's just, I'd rather see families there and kids enjoying the game and whatnot. It's much more fun that way. So, and again, if you want this stadium, the new stadium, to be as loud as the old one, and the old one was a zoo. If you want this stadium to even come close to being as loud, put more fans in the stands. And that's how you do it, by making it affordable to them. Okay? It's really not that complicated, guys. I mean, and I don't know if they're trying to attack a certain clientele, but if you were, then you should have put the stadium in Manhattan on the Upper West Side, not in the Bronx. Like, don't want to see. A lot of fans feel like you're just money grubbing, greedy people, and a lot of times you're not making it. You're making it really easy to look like that. So how? So please, I mean, come on, make it. Can we pull some of your dad's love for the Yankees back in here. I mean, that's what I mean. Nigel Morgan fight. I remember that one too, Lorenzo. So many good fights. You remember I actually have a photo of when Nolan Ryan hit Robin Ventura with a pitch, and Robin Ventura charged him out, and Ryan beat the shit out of him. I have that picture of Nolan Ryan's bloody face, and he's on the mound. And he's getting ready to throw the ball. It's epic. It's autographed too by Nolan Ryan. So it's one of my pieces of memorabilia, which I absolutely love. So that's cool. Cubs visit the Yankees in June. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, Frazier's still there, Yordi. That's a good point. Let's see how well he's received. Let's see if he's still there and healthy. You know, fans stop going to games. Exactly, Billy. And this is the thing. Like, if you're like, oh man, we lost 500 season ticket packages, like, hit them where it hurts in the pocket, then they'll start taking fans seriously. We're the ones that pay their obscene salaries, right? So why the hell not? You should be taking them seriously from the beginning anyway. Don't take your fans for granted, man. They're some of the best fans in the world here at Yankee Stadium. We love our team. We don't spend our time hating other teams. We love our team. So, and I appreciate it, Jason. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. And we're on the road to 10K subs, so we want to try to get there as quickly as possible. So I appreciate it either way, and hit the like button if you haven't yet too. So thank you for shouting it out, Jason Long. I appreciate that, man. Luxury box seats for that corporations that we use make up for regular fans not showing. Well, I mean, I know you can't resell tickets you're not supposed to resell tickets that haven't been sold yet, but there's so many unsold seats in the stadium that they would be wise to fill up with fans on an affordable. And again, you get them for $10. They'll spend money in merch. Because now I can go buy my son that jersey, right? Then we can eat, a lot more food that we wanted to, because we're not having to shell out $500 to go to a game. So it's just, and then people that drive, you got to pay $50 for parking, right? Or take transportation. There's so many layers of pay revenue that the Yankees already make, that subscribing to the Yes Network, the MLB extra innings package, MLB pack, whatever it is, they're getting cuts out of everything. So it would be wise to make those unsold seats very affordable, because I don't want it to feel like we're at a corporate convention there. It's just, I want to feel like it, like in the old stadium, it never felt like that. You had all these loud ass crazy Yankee fans. I want it to feel like that again in the new stadium. So get more fans here. Treat them well, man. Be good to them. Brocious squaring up against. Yeah, man. I remember. Yep, I remember that. Brocious, he was ready. He was drawn out, and all those dudes. I mean, Strawberry was a brawler. David Wells was a brawler, and Odor was a brawler. I mean, I honestly, like, you look at these guys, I wouldn't want to charge. I wouldn't want to be fighting Judge or Stanton or even Gallo or some of these dudes. Odor, it looks like a damn, looks like the A-team. It looks like the Secret Service agents, like some big dudes here. CC, I wouldn't have wanted to charge them out. I don't think anybody was going to charge CC anyway, but like, there's some tough looking dudes. So I'll give them that. Price is cheap on Old Timers Day to reflect. Yeah, great idea, JT. Make the tickets cheap on Old Timers Day to reflect. Exactly, man. Just, there's so much, there's so many ways that they can make it, a better experience for the fans that they don't seem to be taking advantage of. Is it voluntarily? I don't know, but probably is, because they're trying to maximize their profits, and I get that. But like, again, you invest in your products, win the World Series, you'll have more revenue than you have coming in now, just by doing that alone. Invest in your damn product. So make your team better, make it exciting for people that want to come, and then you'll get boatloads of more people coming. But again, make it affordable. It's not that difficult. You don't have to milk dollars out of everybody. Like, it's not. I don't think it's fair, but that's the way business runs, unfortunately. Christian Korea couldn't hold back. Yeah, I know. I get you, Gitmo. Judge for far more than. I mean, if you can get him for $5 $1.50, that would be phenomenal. But I have a feeling he's going to get more than 200. But you offer him, even if you offer him a good, let's just say you offer him 6 years, 210, right? Which is 35 per, and he turns it down, then you trade him. There's no need to negotiate against yourselves. It doesn't make any sense, right? So. What do we got? Tyler again, bro. Thank you so much, man. Matt Olson and Frankie Montez for Torres. Oswald Peraza, Voigt, Medina. Garcia. Torres, Peraza, Voit, Medina, Garcia. I'd probably do it. You know, Medina's one thing. You're keeping Hill. You're replacing Medina with Montez. So you're not giving up Volpe or Dominguez. And it would suck to have Oswald Peraza go, but you're getting Matt Olson and you're getting a starting pitcher. That's the type of I would do that. And it's depth pieces, so more for, you know, you're getting quality, you're giving them quantity. So yeah, I would do it. Good one, Tom. Good one. Get mobile. Yankees don't want people who pay full price sitting next to discount ticket holders. You would have to set aside whole sections. As long as 2.5 million go to games, usually nothing will change. See, that's one of the problems, Gitmo. But you point out a good issue here. You know, full price sitting next to discount. And why would they even know? Why would people even like? Who cares? Like, I don't care if I'm sitting next to a discount. Like, people are coming to the game. People are, enjoying themselves and being respectful of other people. You know, you'd have wealthy people sitting in discount seats if they can get it. So, like, I just don't. I totally get what you're saying, but and there's a lot of truth to it as well. But at the same time, like, it's got to stop. Like, this is not a competition, or this is one of the problems with the wealth gap and like all this other stuff. Like, just make it affordable for people and get more people to enjoy the games. I don't give a shit who's sitting around me as long as they're respectful and having a good time. I don't care. I can care less. I totally get what you're saying, Gitmo. Small markets teams do all kinds of promos and get seats filled and bring money in. They do, and they do it more. It's another good point. They do it a hell of a lot more than the Yankees. I don't know what the Yankees promote, like, aside from a bobblehead day for a team or whatever, or a player. I don't know many other things. So you're absolutely right, Ola. Kyle Farnsworth was a badass. That dude can throw hands. So can Randy Myers, former reliever. He had a black belt. I don't remember what art it was, but I think it might have been judo or something like that. But a fan attacked him on the mound, and he had him locked up pretty quickly. He was a badass, Randy Myers. Badass. Marlins can get him. I said this the other day too. I actually did a video on this, Bernard. The Marlins can pretty much get anybody they want with the prospects they have and the depth at the major league level. So, and I've said this, don't sleep on the Marlins. They can get Olsen, they can get other people, they can get Cedric Mullins. So they could get both probably and still not lose much of the farm. And if I was the Yankees, I'd be taking these guys seriously. I would be taking them seriously. So show Walter Lewis. Another one, Hirsch. Another one. Yeah. Another good one. Cubs owners don't care about the fans either. I can't attest to that one, but it's if it's true, it's unfortunate there, Anthony. That sucks. That sucks if it's true. It's unfortunate, man. I mean, again, it doesn't really take much to show your fans you appreciate them. It really doesn't. Joe Garagano said 6'6" Dave Winfield through Brian Downing. Dave Winfield's huge, man. Insignificant fact of the day, he was the only person ever to be drafted in the same year by Major League Baseball, the NFL, and the NBA. All three he got drafted by. And still, to this day, I think the only person that's been drafted in all three that I know of. But that's the insignificant fact of the day, Ralph. I met Dave Winfield. He's gigantic. He's a nice guy, though. Really huge, though. Reggie had Cleveland pitcher John Denny in a headlock after he charged him. No surprise, man. Reggie was feisty, man. Reggie was feisty. Until Pirates game and the food was only a couple of bucks. There were still fans in the stands. It's a depressing franchise like that can have lots of fans in the stands. Exactly, Mateo. No disagreement there at all, man. There's no reason to charge $9 for a hot dog. There's really, it's not. It's just ridiculous. So, the Yankees can't cry poverty. They're making hundreds of millions in profits every year. Their revenue is significantly higher than their payroll and their expenditures. So, and this comes out every single year. Odor's like the kid in Bandage Bear. Yeah, exactly, Billy. He was the kid that was attacking the guys trying to run around the base, tripping the guys. The little fights they might. Copied the Rays and tap off the seats at the top. Pinstripes. I never even noticed that. Should have, but I never noticed that. That's a good observation. Joe Pepitone had his toupee pulled off in a. No surprise. No surprise, man. Oh God. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, Darryl Strawberry charged him. I'm no surprised. Strawberry's a badass. Strawberry, and I don't think anybody was going to charge Roger Clemens either. That guy was breathing fire out of his nose. Any good baseball documentary recommendations, Yordi? One on Pete Rose is pretty interesting. There's a couple on anything on the Yankees, to be honest with you. I'll find Yordi. I'll look him up and get some names, and if you're on the next live stream, I'll have some specific names for you. I'll have some names for you. Hideki Irabu brawling with the Orioles in '97. Sean, I was at so Ugueth Urbina was part of that game, and he hit a Yankee player. I don't remember who it was, but Irabu then retaliated the next inning, and he tried to charge him, and he was ready to throw it down. I was at that game, and I remember that, Sean. I remember that. Hell yeah, I remember that. Irabu was a tough dude. Unfortunately, he's dead now, but he hung himself, unfortunately. I miss the old stadium, too, and it was nothing like it. I like the new stadium, but it's not like the old stadium. That's the thing, Gitmo Bobby. The A's are going to take a more prospect-heavy package, or guys that are uncontrollable years. So, and all the guys that was presented, like Torres and Peraza and Voit, those are all they're either on minor league deals right now or not even through arbitration. And Torres and Voit still have 3 years of team control each before they hit free agency. So that's one reason I can see a trade like that happen, because it would give the A's a boatload of controllable years at a low price. And then they'll just rinse and repeat like they do with the other players. So that's the main reason I can see something like that happen, because they're getting a lot of cheap players. So yeah, Gerald, no surprise. I met Bill Clinton at in a Broadway show once, and he was surrounded by, 100 of them. Never seen anything like it. Never seen anything. United States Secret Service, when you're around a president, there's nothing like it you'll ever see in the world. It's completely insane. Ralph Joe was first to bring hair dryer to the clubhouse. Hair dryer, I like it. I like it. Pirates game tickets were $25 and food was a couple of bucks. You see? Happy fans. You get consistency there. And again, I know Pittsburgh is not Manhattan or the Bronx or whatever, but Yankees can't cry poverty. Can't not cry poverty with all the freaking profits they make. They just can't. So not with any credibility. And again, there are thousands of seats that they could fill cheaply, and that would still bring more revenue into their coffers anyway. It's beyond me why they're not doing it. A's trade isn't going to be an equal or fair. Yeah, they're going to get a haul. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be depth. It's going to be depth versus quality guys, or quantity versus quality here. So, and the A's are going to get a bunch of guys, and they're going to give away two top guys, and it's just. But that's what they do. They give boatloads of guys. So, and I do see Olsen being traded this offseason. I'm hoping that it's to the Yankees. So, better not be freaking Tampa or Boston. So that would stink. You'd think so, right? Brunson it's supposed to be more parity by the blade, but it's the people at the very top wanting more. So it's unfortunate. Gardy versus the top. Oh, I remember that with the bat. And you saw the top of the thing shake. Justin in the house. What's happening? Jim Gott, martial arts. There are a couple of guys in baseball who are martial arts guys in professional sports. I know a couple of NFL guys, quite a few actors, and some other people too, musician people. Pirates have a 40. Max Scherzer makes more than the Pirates' entire team. Max Scherzer makes more per season than the Pirates' entire payroll. Complete insanity. Yeah, I mean, JT. I hope he goes. I hope he plays well. I hope he stays healthy over there. But if he doesn't, I wouldn't be surprised because with all the issues that he had. I just, you know, don't troll until you can back it up, man. So I just, I don't see the point where it's going to benefit him. But I still wish him well. Morgana, I remember her with the gigantic boobs running across and kissing players. Yeah, with the big lipstick. Yeah, she was a hoot. She was a hoot. Historic franchises know they have been the fans over about. Yeah, I would agree with that, Burlington. Jeter was in our front. Yeah, I mean, Jeter would do well. He would have done well in our front office, but I could see him being that competitor and you know, trying to do better things over here and trying to create something of his own. So I think he's doing it right. They're slowly building a very, very powerful foundation. So very slow, but um, Roy White was a black belt. Nice. Polio was a child. Yeah, good. They should have had dugout roof to Smithsonian. Exactly. Put it in the Smithsonian or the Louvre. George Bell was another one. He was a tough dude. When they made me from kick with spikes, I remember that too. Yeah, the numbers are. I mean, Angel, the prices are outrageous, man. They're just outrageous. Merge Tampa and Florida, Baltimore, Washington, Pittsburgh, and Cleveland, San Diego, and Arizona play half their home games in each stadium. Interesting. Interesting, Gerald. And I don't know if I'm hearing this right, but there's a chance that Tampa might move to Montreal, back to the Expos again. But there's been talk about it. I don't know how close it's possible to happen, but that'd be interesting if that happens. Merging. Yeah. They've got to do something, Gerald. They definitely have to do something. The late 90s teams had a combination. Yeah, exactly. They were a special team, Benjamin. There's no doubt about it. And there's no doubt about it. Special intangibles. They had this leadership. They had this hunger to win, this hatred of losing. They had this collective mentality that just gelled together. And a lot of them developed together at the same time. So, and it was a wonderful team, man. And yeah, nobody charged CC. Nobody charged Roger Clemens. Like, people that charge Nolan Ryan paid the price for it. Like, nobody's going to charge these dudes. Nobody. The Yankee Stadium saying that people were in the luxury seats drinking Bordeaux. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. It's silly, man. It's silly. I don't even drink beer at the baseball game. Section Yankee Stadium news selling bottled water for $6.70. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's just do a family night on their second level, family of 4 tickets, $100 for 4. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all, Jason. Yeah. Instead of $150 a piece or whatever it is, like, and then buying them through a broker, and then you have to pay a broker fee or ticket. Like, it's just layers and layers of fees. Like, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Went to minor league games, $12. Yeah. I've been to some of those too. Get on there. It's a lot of fun, man. You see good baseball, you pay dirt cheap money, and like, you have a good time. Yeah. Exactly, Gitmo. Saw a Trenton one a bunch of years ago, Yankee affiliate in Trenton, and but that was probably one of the 1 or 2 minor league games that I went to. But again, it was cheap. It was a great time, and enjoyed myself. Second number deck, yeah. Oh hell yeah, Jason. Jim got the name God, and human means God. Tuffle means devil in German. God dominated Tuffle. Tuffle went 1 for 22. Good one, Ralph. I like it. The Clemente Museum also. This is true. That's a good point too. Yeah, Drew. It's just there's a lot of them. When you're president, you have a boatload of them. Even when you're not president, I mean, you get a couple assigned to you permanently, but like, it's nuts. It's nuts. Jason, gotta go. Got something we need to do. Udo, thanks for coming on as always, brother. I appreciate you. Peace and love to you, man. Hopefully I'll see you next week, man. Wednesday. Be well, sir. Wakefield versus Cone. Strawberry on Nielsburg. Yeah, man. Yeah. Facial hair policy. I mean, personally, WWS, I mean, I would loosen up on it a little bit. Let guys grow some scruff, but at the end of the day, like guys like Dermy Munson, Don Mattingly, they had mustaches, they had scruff. I don't see the problem with that. I really don't. So, and again, I could care. I mean, I'm 50-50 with the facial hair policy. I understand why they do it. It's a standard that they set, and it's the Yankees. So, but at the end of the day, that's not. I mean, I wouldn't spend my time obsessing about that. If you're not bringing in the right players and you're investing in your team, then what the hell is a facial hair policy going to do? What kind of standards are you going to try to set when you're not doing them yourselves? You're not investing in your team and treating it like at the high standard. So that's why I look at it. WWS. Rick Cerrone went over to Ace dugout and told Canseco, Mark, you got a problem? Both had no comment. Cerrone was a tough ass too. I liked him, Mac. I met him back in the day when I was really, really young at a game with my mom. My mom had a picture somewhere. But he was cool. But you're right, man. Him and Munson, these guys were, tough ass dudes, man. Tough dudes. Documentaries now. Yeah, Bob Costas does great documentaries. Hal had $85 million tied up in Chapman, Hicks, Gallo, Sanchez, Urshela, Torres, Voigt, Romano here in Britain. Yeah, well, you have Chapman and Britain coming off the books next year, which is about 31 mil or 30 mil. So that should help. Gallows comes off the book, so that's another 13. My guess, if he plays well, they offer him a qualifying offer and then let him walk if they don't trade him at the deadline. Get a couple of prospects back. And again, if they bring in Story this year, right, for 1 year deal, big money to let him walk, make sure they let Gallo walk, they can get 2 qualifying offers sent out. And my guess is they'll likely turn them down if they play well and then sign somewhere else. The Yankees can load up on draft picks again. So they can do this next year. They really can. Each fan $220 voucher towards fee. That's another great thing, Jason. Yeah. Just go around and give a free hot dog, give a free drink out, and I can't do something just to make sure that not only the fans are having fun, but they're not going broke to go to a damn baseball game. Not being offered a job at the team after retirement tells you all you need to know about Steinbrenner regime. Yeah, exactly. It was not George. Yeah, George would have had him there. I mean, he would have had him in the front office immediately, Monkey. So that's a good point. And then he became, part owner, a majority owner of the freaking the Marlins. So, Yankees will lose the offseason if Matt Olson and or Suzuki signs with Boston or Tampa. It will be difficult to recover. Yes, it will. Great live music. Yes, it will. Dermy Munson was another one. Yankees versus Rob Red Superstar Challenge in spring '97. Munson and Catfish outrode their rowboat to win. Hunter took it easy. Munson. I didn't know that, Ralph. That's cool. Hillel went to Somerset game. Been to 10 Yankee games this year. Somerset game was the best. Heine dug up for $18. Kluber and Urshela were playing. I met Medina and Cabrera. That's cool. Very cool, Hillel. That's awesome. Don Mattingly he had a legit stash, Simon. S.A. Carnell. Yeah. Carnell. Mm-hmm. Don Mattingly had the legit mustache. It looks very, very cool on him, man. That dude was a gamer, too. I love that. He's my favorite Yankee of all time. Mustache, but a beard's a different story. The tradition, guys. Mustache, scruff. I get that, not wanting to look like Grizzly Adams, like Jason Worth or some of these other players. I can understand that. So, but letting them have some scruff across the face, Garrett Cole had some of that going on with Astros. He didn't look like a damn caveman. So, with limits, I would be okay with the facial hair policy. But again, at the end of the day, I have other things to, they should have other things to be focusing on aside from the facial hair. Thanks, Hillel, man. Appreciate you, bro. Rizzo and Lockout is done. I don't think they're going to wait forever, Joe, for Olsen. So they're going to have to pivot because then Rizzo can sign somewhere else and then Olsen goes somewhere else and they'll be screwed. They'll have nobody. So, and, Yankees have, all beards, would look kind of dumb or silly, Steve. It would be definitely awkward. But I could see, letting them have a little bit of, 5 o'clock shadow, a little bit of scruff. I don't see the problem with that, but revenue in 2020, $108 million. Marlins, $94 million. The Yankees had revenue better than any team. Yankees are, I mean, Yankees are genius at this stuff. It's completely nuts. They make boatloads in profits. Boatloads in profits. Pirates all wearing iPad. Be kind of cool, Joe. It's sick on now. Yeah, man. Hello. Good night, buddy. Thanks for coming on, man, and hanging out with us. I'll wrap it up in a little bit too, so we can go enjoy our Saturday night. And we'll hang out with my missus. Latest update on what's going on with the lockout is nothing right now. All we know is that they're still haggling on control time, like team service time for teams. That's one of the main sticking points, Ola. So I think that's going to take a while, and then they're dug in. And the National League DH is not. I think they're both on the same page with that, but the service time thing and getting to free agency earlier, as part of what the union wants, and of course the owners want a salary cap floor as well for teams. So these are some of the things that are the contention points that they're not on the same page. So, but anytime I get any kind of substantial update, I'm going to be putting down. So no matter what, so I'm going to keep putting videos as well, obviously. But anything pertaining to the lockout that's significant, you're going to know about it. You're going to know about it. So, do I have a favorite piece of Yankee memorabilia? Yeah. A Mickey Mantle baseball card. Yeah. UFC fight, but I don't have to send. I'm saying, dude, come. Thank you for coming in and hanging out. Tonight's the Waporia, right? And it's gonna be a big fight tonight. It's gonna be a big fight. It's gonna be a good fight. Cole Harris still, yeah. I mean, no, I get it, Jonathan. Universal DH opens up a lot of trades out. Yes, it does, Tyler, 100%. Then you can move guys. There'll be, suitors for Sanchez. There'd be suitors for Judge. There'd be suitors for Stanton too. Even Gallo maybe. And I know people hate hearing Judge, but I keep it across the board. So, there'll be times I say things that certain people like, certain things that I don't like, but I keep it neutral. So, and that's for sure. But you're right. It does open up a boatload of trade opportunities for the Yankees. No doubt about it, Tyler. 100%. Manchester United and the Yankees, the two richest franchises in all of sports. Yes, that's correct. Yep. Freeman and Correa. That would be a huge offseason, Joe, if they did both. Huge. Huge. You hear anything else on the coaching staff? No, besides Lawson and the assistant pitching coach. They have talked to Carlos Beltran, but I'm not sure if it's for front office. They also talked to Eric Chavez about a potential coaching position, but then nothing's been set in stone yet. So, universal DH, double hook rule. Universal DH, I'm cool with. Man. Double hook rule, I don't know enough about that. Give me some insight, H Valley, dude. What the hell's double hook rule? Yeah, Ralph. I just didn't have double hook rule. SI Magazine signed by Judah. That's awesome. Mariano Tino might be my favorite Yankee piece. Very cool. Peter Eder. Soto want to stay in Washington. I think they're going to build around them, Richard, because they have the funds to do that. So they've already got some valuable pieces, and they're willing to spend. They're probably one of the few teams who can afford to pay him what he's going to get to, which is close to $500 million. When you lose your starter, you lose DH. They have to bring Rodon, and Verlander would be the best. At the end of the day, I think Verlander will probably work it out with the Astros, but we don't know yet. Who knows? He might be still available. His contract's not official yet, so we don't know why. When the starter comes out, the pitcher has to have to bring Rodon. Rodon, I can see coming. Mickey Mantle is the greatest. Most home runs in the World Series, ultimate clutch. Mickey Mantle is the money. He's money in the postseason. He's one of the best. He's the best switch hitter in baseball history, no doubt about it. So when the starter comes out, the pitcher has to bad. Pitcher out. Oh, okay. Pitcher out, DH out. No, I probably wouldn't do that because it's two different. They're not. They're not linked to each other. So I wouldn't do that. I would avoid the double hook rule, in my opinion, but I could be wrong. What do you think, Valley Dude? Luis Castillo to the Yankees. I would definitely be all about that, Jesse. I've been wanting to get Castillo here for 2 years. Max got some studs coming up. Yeah, exactly. They have some. Lerner's a billionaire. He'll spend, and he's going to build around Soto. So I have no doubt about that, Anthony. Hola. You're the man. Yeah. Yankee signed Jason Jung for promo. Get the 10K sub. Yeah, man. Let's get the 10K, baby. I really do want to get to that because I want to put out the merch for you guys. So, and I'm going to be working on that all up until that point. I'm going to get some really cool stuff. And again, it's going to be, good quality, but it's going to be affordable stuff. So I'm not going to be charging those $60 for a long sleeve or anything like that. Nothing crazy. So I think Ola, you might have just got a job offer there. A job proposition here. Time for Ola to interview Jason there. Let's get it happening, man. Let's get it happening, boys. Correa for 7,300. Freeman 7-year 1. Oof. That'd be a beast. That's 40 something per for Correa. 25, 27, about 20, almost 28 per for Freeman. My God, Joe. I don't know if they go 7 years on Freeman. 7 years. I mean, you can get Correa for 7 years, 300. Somebody's going to jump on that. No doubt about it. Somebody's going to jump on that. Why even have a DH? Just let an 8 position players bat. No, I get it. I think in terms of keeping pitchers healthy as well, it's one part of the logic, but I don't know. I mean, that's why I would have DH to kind of keep the pitchers safe. So the lineup will hit better. Yeah, I do think so, Jesse. I think the new hitting coach is going to bring some different dynamics. They'll have some better quality. So I think they'll play better. Start a petition. I think that's a good idea. We should get a petition, get a movement going. And the road to 10. And I'm going to get you and Jason. We could be we can be a tripod of spokespeople for this, man. Make this happen. You've been here OGing with me, so I'm gonna. Although when I get to 10, when the merch comes out, I'm gonna hook you up with a free piece. So you can mark me now. I'm gonna hook you up with a free piece of merch for your support and always promoting and supporting the channel, man. So I got you all when we get there. So you can quote me on it too, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up too shortly, Jared. Thanks for coming by as always, man. And it's always good to have you. Number 7 jersey autograph. I mean, anything signed by the Mick is quality of top quality. Whitey Ford fills it up. My God, that's awesome. That's awesome. 4 years, 60 for Rodon. They would have to jump all over that, Joe. They'd be stupid to not do it. They really would. Correa is back. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing too, Correa, with some potential issues. So I got you, Ola. I got you. That's my only concern. I would go Story on a big 1-year deal and then let's let Volpe take over next year. Or let Volpe move. Well, him and Oswald Peraza. If we kept both of them for second and short, then you can move Gleyber Torres if you need to in a trade for pitching. I would be fine with that. Totally fine with that. So they need more speed off the bench, and they need more speed on the damn field too, Jesse. You're damn right about that. NYCFC won tonight, I believe. Champs went to the game with my dad. Went to 45, 15 years. Back piece of the chair, left field. Yeah, man. I was at the last game at Yankee Stadium in 2008, and people had like little chisels, and they were chiseling small pieces of chunks of the stadium off. I don't, why not? That's a forever piece right there. I would have done it if I had a chisel. I didn't have one with me. Contreras. Wilson, I could definitely see that happening, Richard. I could definitely see him being a Yankee. And I would be totally fine with that. Corey might be hurt his back while napping and watch my yeah. Could be damn right, Ola. Volpe at short, Story at third would be sweet left side. What would you do with Gio at that point? Hirsch, what would you do with Gio? No one side. Yeah, that's my big worry about Rodon and the injury. So I would trade for two pitchers. So reread the scriptures. They couldn't tell. Thanks for coming around. I appreciate it. Rizzo's looking. I think. Well, he turned down a $70 million deal. Music fan. So I'm guessing it's going to be at least that. That'd be my guess. Trading for Olsen is just going to cost a lot of prospects. He has at the very least 2 more controllable years at a decent rate. So, and he's also 5 years younger than Rizzo. So that's another one. Jason Martino, Yankees all day. What is happening, man? Welcome, man. Good to have you. All good over here, man. Yankees also get money from having they get yeah, because they have to rent this. Yeah, they get shitloads of revenue from all different places. So, Gio not in the long term plan. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't, but for the meantime, he's good. So, he's good. I like him. He's an elite defender, and he's a reliable defender too at third, which allows them to kind of keep DJ at second base. So, and again, I would have DJ at second base over Gleyber Torres. Torres has that potential superstar, offensive output, but it's been several years since he hit that number again. So, I would rather be Udo. Thank you, brother. Same to you. I would rather surround like a Story or Oswald Peraza with some good defenders around him. DJ, Gio, Olsen, guys like that. No doubt about it. I think Gallo will be much better in 2022. And Hershey at DJ at second is just a better defensive option. I'd rather go with some reliable defenders in the infield. Rodon, Kikuchi, and shortstop Korea. Or Story. Yeah, I mean, that's a big offseason, Joe. Big offseason. Tyler, dude, you're the man, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you again, man. Thank you so much, dude. Dream offseason. Sign Suzuki, trade for Olsen and Montez, trade for Contreras and Hendricks. Sign Jonathan Villar, sign Trevor Story. Dude, that Suzuki, man. That would probably make them favorites to get to the World Series. Tyler, that's a monster. That's a quality and a quantity offseason. And again, within their reach. Because if you look about it, look at it this way. So let's say you sign Suzuki 5 years, $60 million, right? $12 million. And you trade for Olsen and Montez, you're adding $20 million there, right? That's 32 right now. Trade for Contreras and Hendricks, you're adding what, $20 million there? 25. You're at like $60 million. Sign Jonathan Villar. He'll probably be $5 million a year, something like that. So like all that combined is going to be less than Correa by himself. That's the way I look at it, math numbers. So, and you're addressing a bunch of spots and you're bringing in 2 starters. So that's a legit offseason, Tyler. That's what I'm talking about. And again, not far-fetched. I mean, even if they did a couple of those things, but that would be a dream. Yeah, dream offseason, no doubt about it. You can stop moving guys. So, yeah, I don't disagree with that, Richard. They need to teach guys to play multiple positions. So, Yankee fans, Contreras. Well, he's not going to get 5 years to $115. So I would just trade him for this year, and then I would still be trying to trade for a young, dynamic catching prospect. No doubt about it. DJ's best second baseman? Yes, he is, Tyler. 100%, bro. 100%. Rizzo 18 per. I could see that. Even for 4 years, that's $72 million. New York Steak open all year round. Yes, sir. Should the Yankees sign Eddie Rosario? I would, Jesse. That versatility in the outfield, and then that just elite defense and base running, and then those intangibles. He has a lot of intangibles that the Yankees don't currently have, so yes. And he's got playoff experience. And he plays well in the playoffs. So, yeah, generally Gitmo, for the first, we're only 9 days into this lockout, so you won't hear anything until there's some kind of real traction. But every now and then things pop up here and there. So I'm on every kind of networks going around to see if I hear anything, and I'm following, So anything that pops up of any significance, I'm putting it out so that you know. So I'll make sure that you know everything that's going on. There's no doubt about it. So certain percentage of tickets off each level, 25 off, 25. Yeah. Vet service member, first responder. Yes, 100%, Jason. Yes. No doubt, man. Take care of the people who take care of other people. Conforto's the most he's underrated. He'll get paid. Watch out for the Brewers. for Conforto. Just even and that they brought in Hunter Renfroe. You watch out Boston too. Many guys that get on base with speed in front of our big bats. Yes, 100%. Music fan, 100%. Speed and versatility, athleticism, damn right. Soler and Kikuchi and Strap and Freeman. They could. They definitely could, Joe. Soler, I mean, they could. As long as they bring in somebody who's at least one or two guys that represent some athleticism and some versatility, I think they'll be good. So they need some balance here. But they bottom line is they need to fill holes, man. Conforto will be another former Met who thrives his probably. Hirsch, probably, yeah. Suzuki at leadoff would be, yes, he would. Playing center field leadoff, yes, 100%. Suzuki, yep. Caring about us, yes, Jason, damn right. You know, they really do. And at least act like it if you don't. Like, for God's sake, come on, guys. Should the Yankees trade for Chris Bassett so he can become a yes? I would not, whether it's Montez or Bassett or Manet, Bassett's the inning eater. So that I'm not complaining about at all. Bassett and Manet would be nice, or Bassett and Montez. That'd be even better. But they need some guys that go innings. Bassett's one of those guys. Speed and gloves, 100%. The lockout, I think, is unnecessary too, Quinn. I don't disagree with you at all. And I'm with you too. Well, I hope they pick up Suzuki too. No. I believe someone give Pug more than $1 million. Yeah, he got a career. Yeah. Isn't that crazy, Anthony? Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Yeah, but Bassett and Montez would be a freaking phenomenal return. Phenomenal. Soler's got power, yes. He's got power. But we got a lot of power guys too. So, but again, if they brought him, I'd be fine. We need some more speed guys so that the power guys can drive these guys in. The contact guys can drive them over. So we definitely, that's why, even if you got Rosario and Soler, it's a nice offseason right there. Nice. Manet and Montez Bassett, either one could be a number 2 star. Yes. Yes. Hirsch, 1,000%. Yes. Yep. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up, guys. And I want to thank you all for coming on. I'm going on almost on 90 minutes. So what I think about Tyler Mahle. Let me get to this one before. Soler live on the IL. Well, yeah, he does have issues. Puig, I think so. Josh Harrison, maybe Josh Harrison. He can have some value. Let me see. Tyler Mahle. I'm looking him up here. Pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds. Right-handed pitcher is 13-6 with a 3.75 ERA. Okay. It's not that bad. Looks like a solid pitcher. It looks like he can throw innings too. 210 strike. He's somebody I would look into, that's for sure. I didn't even know about him, so thank you for bringing him up, Quinn. It's probably going to cost, just based on the year he's had this year, it's going to cost. But if I'm going after anybody, it's Luis Castillo. If you get both of them, that'd be a different story. Kikuchi and Rodon would not be that bad, Joe. Not bad. I still think they need more than that, but I think they'll make a couple of moves. Suzuki and Villar. Speed guys, yeah. What if you did Suzuki and Villar and then you did, you get Kikuchi and Rodon. Like, you get some guys like that. And it's a shame Get Mother Analytics doesn't cover speed, because covered speed, the worst thing to run into. It's ridiculous. I don't understand that logic, but like, when the Yankees were at their best, they had speed guys. They were stealing base. They were aggressive. When they were not, they weren't doing those things. This stuff is pretty obvious. And yes, I'll miss Tyler Wade's speed and defense, Jesse, 100%. And yes, Simon Esekana, I think the Dodgers are going to make some moves. They lost Seager and they lost Scherzer. They're going to be aggressive. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised at all. They're going to get somebody. They're going to get somebody good. So they can make a trade with the A's as well for some of those pieces. Cortez is way underrated, apparently. Nestor, he's had a solid year, but I need to see him do it over a bigger body of season and not break down. So, but he's got good stuff. Give him that. Jose Perez at 182 hits. Yeah, he did. That means a decent under the radar signing. Homer Bush type, who always got the key stolen base, man. Always got a key stolen base. 2B, big boy. Been watching a lot of these late 90s games. Yeah, man. Hell yeah. There's a lot of them on the MLB Network recently. Like Jim Abbott's no-hitter was on TV yesterday. There's a lot of World Series games going on in MLB Network on TV. So, and I have that streaming through YouTube TV. Kind of nice. Maybe unpopular, but I'm willing to give up Dominguez for Reynolds on Pirates' chance of Dominguez living up to this check. I would too, Quinn. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I would too. I like Nestor. He's fun to watch too. Jesse, no doubt. I would bring in at least one reliever and one starter, preferably 2 starters and a reliever, but we'll see. We'll see. Built up. Yeah, he's got a bit stretched out a little bit more, Richard, 100%. But let me let you guys go. Have a great night. Great rest of the weekend. Thank you as always, my Mafia. Hopefully I'll see you guys on Wednesday. I got more stuff coming out. So peace out, everybody.